Hey guys, and welcome to Scrap Mechanic, where there's been a little bit of an update. Last time I was playing this game, it was on beta version 0.1.17, I believe. Real life got in the way, haven't been able to play the game for a bit. I've come back though to have a look, because I know there's been a few little updates and some bits have been changed in it. And I've come in and I've loaded up Engineer's Playground, where our nice little vertical lift is situated, along with everything else. And the game will load in eventually and then crash. There seems to be something wrong with that save file now, so we're gonna have to start a new world, which is a real shiz, because well, there was some cool stuff in that world. So we're gonna call it I think for argument's sake now we're going to do one world per creation. That way, if it all goes to shiz like it did in the last save file, then we're going to be safe. So today we're going to have a look at something called skid steering, guys. So we're going to call it skid steer vehicle. And we're just going to hit return, and we're going to hit create, and hopefully the world works. Yay, new world. We got our book. We don't need our book, so we'll put that away straight away. We don't need that. Get out of here. What we are going to need today, though, guys, is we are going to get rid of the petrol engine, because we don't want that. We want the electric engine. We need sensor. We need some lightweight material. No, we're going to use metal. Ignore what I'm saying completely. Oh, look, horns. And the toilets. Yes. Right, we've got toilets. Okay, what else do we need? We've got the wheels, got the bearings, got the seat, got the engine, got the lift, got a connection tool, got that, got this, got the hammer. Right, we also require one of those and one of those, and we will come back in for the last little piece in a bit. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to go and find something nice and clearish. We'll run through the cornfields, and I will bring you back when we got somewhere nice to build, guys. And what better place to start than at the top of our hill? Yeah, something to fall off, guys. But I must say, I think this game might have been optimised a little bit, because it certainly looks better. And I'm guessing, I want to say 10 to 15 frames per second more than what I was. But that means absolutely nothing, because my computer is rubbish and it will probably run out of frames again soon, so we're just going to get on and build before my computer crashes. Now, what I want to do, guys, is build the chassis out of engines. But to do so, we need to get the blocks. You also might notice that my blocks have changed. That is because I played around with something else on the way up here, but I'm not going to show you what that is in this video. You're going to have to wait. But first of all, we are going to stick our engines on. Now, we need 2 engines there. That is going to be our drive, because you can only get 5 bearings per motor or per engine. So we're going to have 5 wheels on this side, 5 wheels on this side for forwards and backwards, 5 for left and 5 for right, and then another engine for left and another engine for right. Because when you want to turn right, you will be using, let's get rid of this thing, this engine just here, over here, and this engine here. And then when you want to turn left, you will be using this engine here and this engine here. That is because this engine will spin some bearings one direction, and this engine will spin the bearings in the opposite direction. And the reason for that, guys, is because on a sensor, on one of these little things, you cannot control 2 motions of the motor. It is either in an on state or an off state. You cannot switch direction. So you need to use 2 engines to get 2 directions. So we're just going to get rid of all of this under here now, because we don't need this. So we're just going to, you're not going to let me do that. I'm going to have to do it that way then, aren't I? So we'll get rid of this quickly, guys. Run around the other way. Get rid of this. Get out of here. Nobody likes you. Go home. Oh, and then we've got to delete the lift. We've got to pick up our tray of engines. Now, we're going to want to put a seat on here. So we'll grab the old Cedar Rooney. Let's put it on the switch, because I was playing with thrusters, but yeah, we shall just leave it at that. You can see the thrusters in another episode, guys. So what I want to do is put the seat there, and you'll see why I want to put the seat there shortly. You need to put a bearing there, a space of 2, a bearing there, a space of 2, and a bearing there, a space of 2, and we're going to want a bearing on here, but then we need a space of 2 and another bearing. So bearing on there, space of 2, another bearing. That is our 5 bearings, guys. So we will leave that like that. We will extend this side out here like that. Yep, we'll leave that there. No, we're going to cover this up completely. Perfect. That's how we want it. Now we need another 5 bearings. So one at the end, space of 2, one at there, space of 2, one there. You get the idea, guys, because the wheels are exactly 2 wide. So, oh, that's the big wheels. How did I get the big wheels? I should stop changing around the bits I'm playing with, because then you can get 2 wheels and they fit nicely together, guys. So we'll get rid of them quickly, because now I want to explain to you how we are going to get this to work with skid steering, because at the moment we only have forwards and backwards, and that is where this little pipe here comes into play. So we'll swap him out, and what you need to do is put the pipes on. Now the first bearing is your forwards and backwards. You put a little pipe on and a bearing, that is your right hand turn, and then if you put another one, a pipe on and another bearing, that is your left hand turn or right hand turn, whichever one it isn't what I said first. So we'll run through that again, guys. The first bearing is your forwards and backwards, the second bearing is to turn left, the last bearing is to turn right, and then you put your wheel on. So I'll quickly go around and do all these, guys, and I will see you in a sec. Right then, guys, and that is all our wheels on. Now, seat is pretty much in the middle, which is nice. We have go engines, we have turning engines, we have 10-wheel drive. Now what we need to do is wire it all up, guys. So we're going to remove the lift, make sure it's all nice and flat. We are going to jump up to here, like so, stand on top of the seat. We're going to grab the connection tool. Now, what you want to do is start from the left hand side and keep all the engines on this side on these wheels, and the same with these. So first engine is going to be main drive, so we're literally going to connect them to the first bearing like so. That's that engine. We will connect that to the steering wheel. We will also connect the engine next to it to steering wheel, and we will connect the first bearings on the right hand side to that engine, and grab the last one, and done. Now we'll jump down, and you will see that we have a separate engine for each side, which is all good. Now unfortunately this won't work at the moment because these bearings are still free spinning. If we were to jump on this, we will quickly transfer the bearings around like so. If we jump on it, we can't actually go anywhere because the other bearings are free floating. They're not fixed. They will only become fixed when connected to an engine or to a controller. So that is what we are going to do now. We are going to connect them to the controller. First of all though, we're going to give this some engine power. So we'll give that 3 from the top. And the same with this one. Oh, voice going, 3 from the top. And then we will get on to the next engine. Now this engine here needs to be connected to that set of bearings there. So we'll connect this one to this set of bearings, like so, and that one, and the same with this one. Need to connect it to there, like that. So that is one side going. Now if we were to use this craft now, guys, we would get one set of wheels going forwards and one set of wheels being stationary. Now that's not what we want. We want one set of wheels. If this set of wheels was spinning forwards, we want this set of wheels to spin backwards, because then it will turn on its axis. Okay, and that's where the sensors come in, and I will show you how to wire those. First of all though, we need to just finish wiring up the last bit, so same principle, last engine to the last bearings. So this one here on the right hand side to the bearings on the right, like so, and this one here to the bearings on the left. And it's actually quite hard to work upside down. And done. So there's all our bearings joined up, guys. Now, it kind of looks like a bit of a mess, and we've only got one set of engines that are actually connected to anything to work. So if we jump on this now, guys, and press forwards and backwards, we should in fact go forwards and backwards. So forwards and backwards. Lovely. But we haven't got any turning because we don't have a turning system set up. And that is where this lovely little gizmo comes in. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick a centre spot, which is there. We're going to move forwards one square and across and delete, and we're going to pop a sensor in just down there. Magic. And then we're going to leave a gap, pop another hole, drop a sensor in. Then we're going to grab a bearing and drop it there. Go into the backpack. We want to grab an elbow joint and a T-piece. We will jump back out. You want to put the elbow just there. You want to put the T-piece so that you have two T-pieces on going over either sensor, and then you want the screw heads. Now the reason you want the screw heads, guys, is I will quickly demonstrate. The screw head is exactly half a block wide, so it will only have to move a tiny bit and the sensor will activate. Whereas on this side, if there was no block, that has to move right across the sensor before the sensor activates. So to demonstrate what I mean, we will connect this bearing to the seat, we will jump in the seat, and we will turn it round. So let's zoom in a bit, guys, so you can see. And if we turn that way just ever so slightly, you see it's making the sensor activate. Whereas if you turn the other way the same amount, it's not activating the sensor. We have to go all the way over. Okay, so that is basically what that does, guys. It's just a little, kind of a little cheat to allow that to have more, it makes the sensor work better, essentially. So if we press left and right now, you can hear them working pretty much straight away. So guys, now the all important bit. We need to set the engine power for our turning engines. So we'll double check this, and we are 3 from the top. Now you need to set your turning engines 1 under. You also need to connect them via sensors before turning them on. So we'll pop that up there quickly, and then we'll redo the old engines. So this needs to be on 4 because that engine is on 3 under. And the reason you do this, guys, is because in this game it uses an exponential effect, if you like. So basically, if you have this bearing first spinning at, say, speed 5, that means this bearing in the middle is also spinning at speed 5. So if you then add a speed of 5 to the second bearing, it will actually be running at a speed of 10. So if you were then to add a third bearing like here and have a speed of 5, you would actually be getting a speed of 15, because each one adds on to the last. So when you're turning, if you've already got a certain amount of power making you go forwards, and then you add more power to it, it's going to make it really fast, and it makes for some sharp steering. So I will show you guys. So that's 3 under. So this one we need to set to 4 under. And the same with this one, 4 under. And then we are going to connect the sensors up to the engines. Now, this is the hard bit, because you need to go that sensor to that engine. Sorry guys, got a frog in my throat. And you want to go that sensor to that engine, but then you want to cross the last 2 engines over, because that's what gives you your backwards effect. So basically, every wheel on the outside needs to go, every bearing on the outside run needs to be opposite. So it kind of looks okay at the moment. So what we will do is we will drop it on the floor. We will get rid of that silly connection tool. We will jump on it and we will just see what it does. So let's zoom out a little bit. Now we should have forwards. Yay! And backwards. Yay! And left. Yay! And right. No. We have left again, guys. So what we need to do is we need to look at how those bearings are being controlled. So if we've got a left, that means that engine there is controlling these outside ones, so it's these ones in the middle that need to switch. And there, and there, and if we run around to the other side and do exactly the same, these ones in the middle need to switch, like so. Now we should have forwards, and backwards, and left, no, and right. Okay then! It seems to have derped itself up again. So we'll swap those ones back to how they were. And then we'll jump on it. We got left, but we got straight on. So one of these sets of bearings is going the wrong way, guys. It's going the wrong way. I do believe it might be the outside ones. Let's jump on again. Try it. So turn left. Yay! Notice how we're spinning on the spot? And turn right. Oh, we've sorted it out, boys and girls, ladies and gents, uncles and aunts. And forwards, and backwards, and turn while we're going. You can see the way the grass effect comes up, guys. That means you're actually getting extra power into those wheels. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop, we're going to jump off, and we're going to give it some extra juice. So we're going to go one from the top, because we're feeling reckless. Reckless, I tell you. And we'll also turn these engines up by one. Oh, doopy-doo. I love tuning. Tuning is so much fun. Oh, stuck on the wheel. That's not fun. We set that engine, didn't we? Yes, we did. And that one. And last but not least, you. That one. Yay. So now we jump on, we should have a bit more speed forwards. Oh, that's better. And then turning. Oh yeah, we can drift it, guys. It's a drifter. We got ourselves a drifter, ma. And that, guys, is skid steering. It will spin on the spot. Absolutely perfect. But you can see by the exponential effect, as you can see when I turn, it actually speeds up. Because one set of wheels is going backwards, the other set of wheels is going forwards. It's kind of weird to explain, but it just works, because that's the way bearings and power and, well, rotational systems work. Takes me back to my days when I was working on gearboxes, to be fair, guys, at college. But yeah, that's skid steering for you. Not sure what else to say about it, really, apart from if you liked how this system works, by all means copy it, use it, go run with it, refine it, do what you want with it if you play Scrap Mechanic, because I'm all about sharing my ideas and helping people understand how stuff works. So there you go, guys. 10-wheeled skid steer. What more can I say? Apart from showing it driving off a cliff, I suppose. Got to drive off a cliff every once and then, ain't ya? So we'll just drive off the cliff and see what happens. Oh, we seem to have landed on our wheels. We'll just drive off here. Ah, yeah, for the win. 10-wheel drive. 10-wheel drive skid steer. Now you can't say that this isn't cool, guys. I mean, look, we're drifting through the old meadows. Yes, it's not that fast, but we're using electric engines. I'm sure if you put gas engines, it might make it faster. But the reason why we use electric engines is because it's instant torque for the wheels, whereas the gas engine has to build up a bit of power before it releases, so to speak. It's kind of got a centrifugal clutch, like a moped or a lawnmower. So the power isn't straight away, you've got to wait for it to build up. But yeah, guys, If you've liked what you've seen today, you can click the like button for us. Helps me out, helps the channel out, helps little Eddie out, because he likes creating stuff, and yeah, I've decided to call this guy Eddie. So, if you've got any comments, messages, suggestions, you know, anything you want to put down in the comment section, drop it down below, guys, and I will do my best to get back to you. But until the next time, see you later.